Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man, then black is seasoned with my patterns. Pretty girls, you think I'm handsome, just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, trying to be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explode this war before I go.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started.
And off we go from Seattle.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Play action. It's Smith.
Tyler Lockett. Down the left sideline.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the first play of the game. 72 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Charbonnet is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Jackson Smith and Jigba
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Seahawks put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line.
Now Hall to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Now Smith.
And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you'd consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, trying to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. Haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Rodgers wants to change the look. On first down, right back to Hall.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
You talk about this Jets defense.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
And the mantra of this unit, get to the football. Fly to the ball carrier. And you know how you can tell that they do it really well? At the end of each play, when you click off the frame, count the number of guys that are around the ball carrier.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
DK Metcalf
with career touchdown number 75.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On second down, a run with Hall.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
This is fielded inside the 5. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Again, it's Walker. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Quincy Williams worked his way back for that sack.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On play action, it's Rodgers. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety.
Partner, you got to check this out, because while they rightly congregate around the guy who just made the play on field, take a look at the sideline, because they all went over to congratulate their punter, because they remember it was his kick that set them up so close to the end zone and gave them an opportunity to get the safety that we just saw to add to their lead. That's teamwork right there. Full complementary football, and they got it done.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
A beautiful fake on a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Rodgers changing the play, it appears. On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Breece Hall.
Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Jets get a bit closer. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. He might have been out of gas after the long run. In any event, the try for 2 fails.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Smith on 3rd down.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by DJ Reed. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage. But an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. They go for it on 4th and 2, and it's a gain of 6.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Randall Cobb with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Jets have cut it back within a score. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Third and long, it's Smith.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Lockett, the man in motion. 2nd and 10. Smith again.
Outright to Smith and Jigba.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And he's got room. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Walker on first down.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Rolling to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now that's a catch of some significance. One of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
Who was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is
They had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Forced out to his left.
He finds Wilson.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Yeah, we dominate today.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A good position to be in here, second and inches. On the counter, it's Hall.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Rodgers going to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A toss left side for Hall.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
87 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. From the 43, here's second and 3. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. Hall again on second down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And now an audible here into something else.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Back to the ground with Hall.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
To throw is Rodgers. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Boye Mafe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, here's Smith.
Throw out wide to Walker.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They'll fake it. Now Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Geno. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now to the ground, here's Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. On 2nd down, here's Smith. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Smith now to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. They snap it to Smith.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Here's Walker.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Second down, here's Charbonnet.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
They'll try and run, Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a couple. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now Rodgers got to have this one.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 53 yards. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a touchback here as Walker will sit on this one.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Now Geno on first down. Steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Running right, here's Walker. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. It's caught. Block it.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Smith.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they wind up getting 4 there on 4th and 1.
What a chance they just took. A huge chance. They go for it on 4th down, wind up getting the first.
Go ahead and admit it. You thought it was a bad call, didn't you?
I did, yes.
I think any normal person did. How about him picking it up? Give him credit.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's checking. Check three.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Smith going to throw it. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Smith now to throw.
That completes it again to Metcalf. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1.
Charbonnet will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers.
That's pulled in by Wilson. He's to the 15.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. So they tried to tack on 2 more. Wouldn't have mattered as far as who won and who lost, but that's how this one ends.
Felt like cosmetics, didn't it? Just put another 2 points on the board, make the score look a little bit better. Maybe they wanted to run a 2-point conversion just to see what they had. Who knows? But it just wasn't necessary.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers.